Hey everyone, this is the ColorMeQueerCollab channel. I'm Eli. I'm usually the Tuesday person, but today's Monday. For a second I thought it was Tuesday though. But yeah, so I'm gonna make this video a day early. Kind of like I'm going through time and I'm 24 hours ahead. But then by the end of watching this video, the time will be the same. So, yeah. Alright, down to the actual stuff. For this week's topic, it's the pros and cons of being openly gay in school. I think that this is a really interesting subject because I think it's pretty common to question whether or not a person decides to come out at school, because there are implications to it, but at the same time there are benefits. So I'll try and say these in the clearest way possible. I think the pros or the benefits of coming out at school, one is you can express yourself and feel free to express yourself. Two, by being openly gay and openly out, there's a pretty big possibility that someone is going to come to you and confide in you about either their questioning of sexual identity, or sexual orientation, or gender identity, or something of the sort. Because people, I think, often seek out other students who they see as like role models for coming out. Because I know I sure did that. I definitely did that. So I think that's a big benefit, is knowing that you can sort of like adopt someone who's questioning and just kind of help them through the process, and then you feel good because you're able to help someone, and by helping them, they also help you. So that's cool. I think another benefit of it is it's very freeing to be able to be yourself, and not feel like you have to hide it or that you have to restrict it. I would say, I'm not going to say this because I don't think it's really true. I wish I could say that it'd be good to be out in schools, because since there are a lot of teachers around, nothing can happen. But I don't agree with that, because my past experiences have shown that that's far from true. So, but I think that would be, if you're at an accepting school, that's great. If the teachers and other people support you, and it's a place where nothing happens, and that the teachers are actually on top of the game and know when to step in with this sort of stuff, then that's great. If not, it's not always so great. I have wonderful personal stories about that sort of stuff. Okay, so here are some of the cons and implications of coming out. One, the possibility of bullying. I hate to say that, but it's very true and very present, especially I think with a lot of what was happening in the fall of 2010. There's this huge spotlight on bullying, but especially bullying of teens that identify or are perceived to identify as something other than a straight cisgendered person. Cisgendered being you're content with the gender that you're born into, so you're not transgender. Um, but yeah, so I think bullying is a huge issue. Another thing, I think you have to, another bad thing is depending on the school and on the administration and who works there and everything. I don't know if some places would consider that something that has to be told to parents. Because I know I've been to like camps and stuff where when they found out that someone was gay, they made the kid call their parents, and the parents came in for a meeting, and the kid had to come out during the meeting. So yeah, so that's another bad thing. If they're gonna like push you into coming out. I think another bad thing could be if you don't want the spotlight on you for being out. That can be hard to accomplish, especially when you're first coming out. Another thing, news travels fast. Really, really, really fast. Surprisingly fast, actually. And I think that is harmful because sometimes rumors get spread, a lot of times, and then people aren't necessarily saying it the way that you did, so you don't know exactly what they're saying. Also, another con to being out in school is just facing discrimination in general. I don't even mean bullying, but like discrimination from teachers or the administration or other students or whomever, because there are sometimes, unfortunately, ridiculous rules that are put upon people once they come out because it's like the administration of the school pretty much wants to bar the student from openly expressing their differences. Whether that means allowing street people or someone in a relationship with a man and a woman or girl and boy, like allowing them, for example, to kiss in the hallways, but then yelling when two girls are kissing or two guys are kissing. I know I've seen that, and it's definitely discrimination, and that can really suck. Also, I think then it's depending on where you live that it could also be a bad thing to come out, because if you live in a place that's generally really unaccepting and pretty much tries to make everyone like cookie cutter and exactly the same and put them in a box, that can be bad. I think that once you're, I mean, I'm sure people have come out like right when they got to a new school. I don't know if that works because I've never really tried it. I sort of did when I entered college, but not to the extreme. But like I've never been the one that's out. Even if I'm out, I'm not like openly out and flamboyant about my inner, I don't know, my inner like thoughts and feelings, I guess. But I think that once you're at the school for a while, you should be able to tell whether or not it's going to be accepting, because chances are there's at least one openly gay person. I know that's not always true, but estimates are like, what is it? I think 1 out of 10 people are gay or lesbian or bisexual or transgender. So unless your school has less than 10 people, you're likely not the only one that's like this. I'll repeat that. You're not the only one like this. Because, yeah, it can feel very isolating at times. But I think once you're out of school, you can sort of navigate through and figure out what kind of school it is, especially based on teachers. Um, whether or not the teachers are more closed-minded and homophobic, or whether they're not, or whether you hear of any stories of fights that have occurred because of someone's sexual identity, sexual orientation, or gender identity, or their perceived sexual orientation or gender identity. So it's like knowing if there have been fights, and just if you, and sort of knowing the background of the school. I don't mean like read a 300-page history book about it, but I think that if you know whether or not the school has been in the news for something that's related to being how bad it is being LGBT in that certain school, I think that sort of stuff is important to know. Also, check out your school's discrimination policy. Um, some of them, it's stuff like that says no student will be discriminated against because of blah blah blah. And I think they usually have I think sex, race, class, and the ones that aren't always in there are sexual identity. Keep doing it. Sorry, sexual orientation and gender identity. If one or both of those are, if one or both of those is in the discrimination policy of what you cannot do, that's a very good sign. If not, then I think it's worth trying to really sit down and look about how much attention you want to draw, because if there isn't anyone you know of that's openly gay in your school, once you come out, there will be attention drawn to you, whether good or bad, but you will be in the spotlight. Oh my god, sorry. I thought my computer just died. It scared me. Alright, I guess that's a sign that my video is really long and I should stop rambling. Sorry. But yeah, if you have any questions, comment on this video. Awesome. Questions are amazing, and there's no such thing as a dumb question. Seriously. And yeah, hope you enjoy everyone else's videos on this collab channel this week as well. Alright, bye!